Back in the 1920s, the small town of Rankin was quite the hot spot, with one of its jewels being the old Yates Hotel.
And Mr. Yates built this hotel, and it was a show place between Fort Worth and El Paso. It was the only fireproof hotel.
This was a time when the oil boom was at its peak, and many deals were said to be dealt right there in the Yates Hotel lobby. But it wasn't all business. No, Rankin was once the place to be.
And this used to be quite a party town. And they had a party train that came from San Angelo. It's called the Doodlebug. And they dropped them off here. They stayed at the hotel, the guests.
But as history reads, the oil boom came to a bust, and the Yates Hotel was closed down in the 1960s, sitting vacant for almost a decade, until those in the city chose to open it up as a museum. And that's where our story begins.
Well, we had a worker that was our curator, and she had a ghost upstairs. And her name was Gertrude. The ghost's name was Gertrude. And I never have seen her or encountered her, but Helen swore she was up there, and she told all these people, well, now we're getting these people's children and grandchildren, and they want to know about Gertrude.
Even those in town have had some experiences with the paranormal when visiting.
And we came over here just to check it out because she had never been inside. And then directly we hear like footsteps, like boot steps, like clunk, clunk, clunk. So we get real quiet and we don't hear it again. And then all of a sudden we start talking and it was clunk, clunk, clunk again.
So we contacted West Texas paranormal team Ghost Tracks to conduct an investigation of the museum.
Who's to say? Nobody knows if there's just one ghost here. There could be 100 of them. Nobody really knows. And those are some of the questions that we're trying to answer.
But ghost hunting is not all fun and games. Ghost Track says it's hard to get people to be receptive. However, with Halloween upon us, it's a little easier for the non-believers.
It's more fun than anything else, I guess, during this period. And that's where you get more people involved. All of a sudden people remember, hey, ghost hunting, paranormal. It helps publicize some of the good parts of the paranormal, but then it also highlights some of the misconceptions as well. So.
Joe and his team put in a lot of time researching for the investigation, and although there was nothing of a Gertrude in their history books, they still have hopes of encountering her or something else paranormal.
I'm really excited that we have people here that are finally going to check it out, so this is really exciting. I know a lot of people in Rankin have really been wanting this to happen and, you know, wanting to see if there really is anything here, so I'm glad it's finally happening.
With nightfall upon us, so it begins. One team stays behind to follow the monitors while we investigate the second floor.
So right now we're following along with the paranormal team, Ghost Tracks. They're starting on the second floor here, and they're going through room by room asking if there's any presence here. It's getting pretty interesting. They're taking tons of photos, so we'll follow along with them now.
The team goes in and out of each room, looking for any sign of something paranormal. Snapping pictures and taking readings of the temperature in each room. Then we go into the first EVP session.
First EVP session, Rankin Museum. Is there anybody in this room?
We catch footsteps walking down the hall. And even a faint whistle. But it's time to move on to the third floor, which is usually cut off to visitors.
So we just went up on the third floor. This is the floor that no one goes up. It's been blocked off. They opened it up for us, and we're just starting the investigation on this floor. Let's take a look.
The third floor gives everyone the eeriest feeling. During one EVP session, we capture more footsteps and even a door opening on the second floor, which at that time was empty. The investigation concluded for the evening. Joe and his team review what we had found. In these pictures taken in the hallway and garage, you can see very clear orbs. In several other pictures, they found see-through shadows, which Ghost Tracks believes could be some kind of energy. As you can tell, we saw and heard a lot of weird things tonight, but a lot of times these investigations leave you with more questions than answers. We'll leave that up to you, the viewer, to decide whether or not paranormal activity does exist. In Rankin, Audrey Castellano, NewsWest 9. Happy Halloween.